What's up, slick shits? What up, my slick squad? What up, my little slicksters? What up, slickers? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. 500K. We broke 100K not that long ago, and we just broke 500K, and now we're on the road for 1 million. Let's keep subscribing. Tell your friends to subscribe. Tell your mom to subscribe. Tell your dad to subscribe. Your brothers, your sisters, everyone. Today we are doing a question and answer, so you guys can get to know me better because I don't even think you guys even know me. So I asked you guys on social media to ask me questions, so I'll be answering your questions. But before we get into that, I want to start with like some basic questions that weren't asked because I said not to ask those. Yes, I feel like I'll get comments about this bruise on my arm. I don't know how I got it. I have no idea. Your girl, party's too hard. Don't do that, kids. So I'm gonna go ahead and answer some questions that I get all the time and also some basic ones that actually were not asked. Where am I from? I am from Arizona, born and raised. I never lived anywhere else outside of Arizona. I have 4 siblings and they're all brothers, 2 older brothers, 2 little brothers that are twins, but they look nothing like twins. I personally don't think any of my siblings look alike. Like, none of us look like siblings. Me and my full-blooded brother, Cody, a lot of people say that we're twins. I do not see it at all. I do not see it at all. And some people are like, yeah, I don't see it. But some people are like, no, you guys are twins. Besides that, 4 brothers, 1 mom, and a dead father. What is my favorite food? I've been digging chicken parmesan lately. Genres of food, Italian. I would live off Italian food. I'll eat Italian food every single freaking day of my life. Red sauce and bread. Don't get me started with bread. Don't get me started with bread. Bread is so gas. Do I have any pets? Yes, I have 2 cats, and as of recently, 1 fish. Their names are Bella and Valkyrie, as my kitties. Valkyrie is from Rainbow Six Siege, the video game. Bella it actually took me like 3 days to name Bella, but I finally named her Bella, and then I got made fun of that is a basic name. It's fine. And then I have a fish, and I named him Mochi. Is Slick my real name? No, Slick is not my real name. Slick has always been my nickname. My last name is actually Slicker. So, you know, growing up, I got called Slick all the time because it's way cooler than my real name. And no, I will not be disclosing my real name, not because, you know, like I don't want to. It's just I think it's kind of cool being known as Slick and not my real name. I like the nickname. I think it's kind of my unique thing. Like, some people don't show their face and you just don't know my name. Honestly, I don't even reply to like my real name at this point because nobody really calls me it. Even my friends. My closest friends, yeah, for sure. But like, for the most part, all my guy friends, my work, everyone. Hey, Slick. Without further ado, we are going to get into your questions that you guys have asked me that I will answer. There's a lot I had to skip for my creeps out there. Question by Brett. Did you ever think you would be on social media enjoying your life doing what you love? No, not even a little bit. I made an Instagram for modeling. My account used to be called Slicker Modeling. I made a separate account for modeling. And then I posted my car just one time. I had a Mazda Speed 3. I didn't really think anything of it. I loved cars. And I got a lot of attention from that, like from a hashtag or something. Like a lot of car people and pages started following me. I was like, oh, this is crazy. I could totally make this like a car page. So I rebranded it as Slicker Speed. And then my Mazda Speed 3 blew up, RIP. I was like, well, what the fuck do I do? And so I learned to ride, and I really enjoyed riding, and I started posting the motorcycle, and my goal was to post cars and bikes, but then like it took me forever to get a car, and then by then I had a full-blown bike page. There was no going back. I even post my Subi now, and you guys don't even appreciate it. They're like, where's the fucking bike? Long story short, no, I did not expect to do this at all. Like, at all. Like, if 5 years ago, if I would have been like, oh yeah, you're gonna be a vlogger, I would have been like, okay, good for you. So cool. Vlogger. Wow. Tika Crow asks, longest you've ridden in the rain. Arizona doesn't really rain, and when it does rain, I don't try to take my bike out. So longest I've ridden in the rain, not that long. Actually, there was one time that I rode in pouring rain, but it was right down the street. It was like probably less than a mile. These people rolled down their window and they're like laughing at me because I was just like drenched. And I was riding with I think he was 16 at the time, but my 16-year-old brother, he got a bike at 16, and I was freaking out the whole time because he's not experienced. He's 16, he's riding in pouring rain. I was like freaking out. I was like total mama bear. Scott Films. You are an absolute gem. Well, thank you very much. But here's the question. Have you ever thought about riding coast to coast? Absolutely not. That sounds miserable. Especially on my bike. My back breaks when I go on like a 45-minute ride. When I go on lake rides that take like 3 hours, by the time I get home, I swear to God, I feel like Igor, all hunched over. I hate it. So no, I would never go coast to coast. I would tow my bike coast to coast and like stop at places. Not everyone has a naked bike, okay? Freely Katie said, is it hard as an influencer to choose between safety and fashion when on your bike? That is a really good question, and I get a lot of hate for not wearing gear all the time. I don't try to influence not wearing gear at all. I think that if you're old enough to follow me and my page and understand my sense of humor, you're old enough to choose what you want to wear on your bike. I think everyone that rides knows the repercussions if you fall without gear. I don't choose to wear fashion on my bike either. I'm just like, when I mean it when I say Arizona's hot. Like, it gets 120 here. I strongly believe you guys should be gearing up and being safe out there, because if you go down, God forbid you did, without wearing gear. In the wintertime, I absolutely do gear up because it's cold and it's easy to, but in the summertime, it is so freaking hard. Yes, it is really hard because I don't want to influence that to people, but at the same time, I just feel like everyone's old enough to make that decision for themselves, you know? Lambry said, when did you ride your first motorcycle? And did you know in that moment you would love riding? I had the FZ09, Yamaha FZ09. That was my first bike. I do not recommend getting a 900 as your first bike, but I had such really good experience with driving manual clutch and stuff. I was just like, I'm just gonna hop up. Also, it was a cheap bike, it was a good deal, blah, blah, blah. Did I know in that moment I would love riding? Yes. I mean, I was definitely really scared when I was riding in the parking lots because I strictly remember I couldn't turn. I could not get my turns down. I could go straight, obviously, but going left and right, and like, I was not good at it. So I was just scared to go on the road. But once I actually went on the road and did it, I loved it so much. It was so freeing. I'll never forget the time I rode a motorcycle for the first time on the road. All right, next question. What is the best razor to use while shaving? Oh, do I got a story for you. So it is a hot day in Arizona today. I think it's getting into
Bro, is that Bigfoot?
Bigfoot? What the? That's really Bigfoot right now? Stop. Hey! Yo, we got you on camera right now.
What?
Oh, wait. Is that's just Grayson.
Yeah.
Grayson, what are you doing, dude?
I just haven't shaved in a while.
What? I got something for you, man. Hold on.
You do?
Hang in there. I know it's hot.
Whoa! What was that?
That was a Lawnmower 4.0.
It's so smooth.
That's because of the replaceable ceramic blades that make shaving a breeze.
All these other razors are such a hassle to use. I haven't shaved in years.
Well, I'm so glad I was able to help.
So you shaved down there too, huh?
Oh yeah, I used the LED light to get all the hard to reach areas.
And it looks good?
It looks great.
I need to get me one of these.
Jelly giggity. Giggity, giggity. What's your type? Not in a weird way. What is my type? I love me a man that lets me be my boss ass independent self. I also feel like I'm a very masculine female, so you just have to out masculine me. Like, if I'm more manly than you, I just feel like that's a turn off. I love my tall boys and I love my brown hair. Devin Booker, what's good? Because you fit the description. Dinkster426 said, you never told me the goddamn shade of pink you run. I have honestly no idea. So when I was getting my bike done, I was really scared to go with pink wheels because pink is my favorite color, but I don't want bubblegum pink. I didn't want princess pink. I want a specific, like this is too girly pink. You know what I'm saying? Like this, if this was on my bike, that would be terrible. I would throw up. And I didn't want somebody to call my sport bike cute. Like if they were like, yeah, your sport bike is cute, I'd probably knock them out. So I was like, how do I explain the type of pink I want? I want like a neon, like hard pink. The mechanic at the time, he was all like a fuck your dad pink. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly, like I just saw it in my head. And then we started looking up and we got into like magentas and stuff. So I honestly have no idea what color it is that I'm running on those. And in my opinion, they're a little too purple. I'd like to redo my wheels eventually. You guys won't know that because I edit so good that my wheels look great on video. That's a little secret for you right there. To answer your question, I have no idea what shade of pink. Nick G47, what is something you thought you would do, then last minute pulled out of? Okay, so I was at a trampoline park of some sort. I don't know what it was called, probably Jump Street. And they had these little like cylinders and they got taller and taller and taller, and you get like harnessed up and you can go like all the way up them. And at the top one, you jump down. And so I started going and I got up higher and higher and higher. And by the time I got to like the third to the last one, I realized then and there that I was terrified of heights or falling. I don't know if I'm scared of heights, but like that was the first time ever where I was like, whoa, I don't like this. I didn't even make it to the top one. I jumped from there. And since then I knew that I'm a pussy, pretty much. I essentially found out I'm a pussy that day. So that's great. Malik, I'm sorry if I butchered that. The crash which hurted you and your bike the most. So I did go down on the track. I did not get hurt at all. I think I had like a scratch or a bruise. I was completely fine. My bike was honestly mainly okay. This is what happened to my bike. So it got pretty scratched here, obviously. This is the second piece to those fairings. Those got a little banged up too, but those are the only two fairings I had to replace. I had just got those fairings from Monster Fairings like 8 days before. And so I had to hit them up and be like, hey, I'm so sorry, but I wrecked the fairings that you just sent me. So they sent me those two pieces again, and I just put them on. So now I have those. I want to hang on my wall. But I did not get hurt. My bike was overall okay. Like my bar end got a little scraped up, and then my engine cover got pretty scratched up, but it was completely fine. I was able to go back out and ride that day. Rice Alcoholic said, any plans with the STI? In my engine, I think I'm just going to do a cold air intake, and I would love to do a blow-off valve, but I don't know, I heard different opinions on blow-off valves on STIs. I just do like the sound. My little brother has a Genesis and put a blow-off valve on it, and it sounds so cool. I'm like, all right, I want one. I'm going to do a lot of things cosmetically. I have headlights coming in. I want to get a new front splitter because I was kind of dumb and may or may not have dented it. I have a rain light that I got for Christmas from my other little brother. I have not put that on yet because my diffuser's in the way, and I didn't want to take off my diffuser and put it all back on because it literally took me like 4 hours. I definitely want wheels. I may or may not be working with Vivid Racing sometime in the future, foreshadowing, to get some wheels and do some content. I think my STI is pretty sexy how it is right now. Rickenbiber, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering these names, said a common piece of advice to give beginner riders that should be ignored. That's a good question. I don't know. I feel like everyone has pretty good advice. I will say that when I was learning to ride, I felt pressured to keep up with people that have been riding for years. They're all guys and I'm the only girl, and they're all going really fast, and I didn't want to be boring and lame, so I was like trying to keep up with them, and honestly that was really dangerous and something could have went bad so fast. Absolutely ride your own ride and don't feel so pressured. Everyone learns at their own pace, and I felt like I was so behind on learning because everyone was so experienced already. I felt like it was taking me forever to really get used to riding. Everyone learns at a different pace. Just wait it out and be patient. Do not just go and get on a bike and freaking speed just because you're trying to like impress people like myself. Leonard Yave, I think Leonard Yave. You have a great sense of humor. I know. Ever think about doing stand-up? No, I would never do stand-up. Oh my God, I don't think I'm funny enough for that. I also have like the darkest sense of humor ever. I think I would get canceled very fast if I did stand-up comedy, if I'm being honest. One and only TK said, if you could only orgasm through crying or farting, what would you choose? This is a disgusting question, honestly. Why would you ask that? I would absolutely choose crying. DBA Desmond, Lord, please give me one more. Don't you put your hands on that rifle. Okay, sorry. NBA Desmond said, one message to all the haters. A big, fat. Would you rather fight 1,000 baby monkeys or one 1,000-pound gorilla from Life's Better on 2? That is a good question. I like this goddamn question because more people need to ask me crazy questions like this because these are my favorite questions. I would probably, that's a hard one. Probably an 1,000-pound gorilla because 1,000 baby monkeys are you up. I mean, I think either way in this situation you're well, baby monkeys aren't that bad. I don't know. Well, I'm definitely losing to an 1,000-pound gorilla. 1,000 baby monkeys, maybe I have a chance. Yeah, I'll do 1,000 baby monkeys. Final answer. All right, my little slicksters. Stupid. All right, my little slickers. All right, slickers. No, it's stupid. All right, guys. Those are all the questions that everyone asked. Thank you for asking me those questions. I'm sorry I did not get to everyone's, but I had a lot of fun and hope you learned a little more about me. If you have not already, please go ahead and like, subscribe, and please give me a follow on Instagram. Drop in the comments what videos you would like to see from me. That would help me a bunch because I have a couple ideas, but not a bunch. So I want to hear from you guys what you would love to see. So go ahead and give me a comment. Tell me what you want to see, and I'll take that into consideration. I hope that you guys stay slick as out there. That's the slogan. You stay slick as. Until next time, guys. Peace.